What's going on, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. As always, let's get straight into it. In this video, I'm going to be speaking about 5 things you must not have within your coaching business if you want to scale it in 2024. And when I mean scale, if I haven't put it in the title, I mean scale to like 50K per month, 100K per month, $1 million run rate a year. I'm not talking scaling up to like 5K, 10K per month. You can scale to 5 or 10K per month, even if you have these within your business. But if you're looking to scale to like 50K per month and beyond, these can't be within your business. And you're probably going to realize by the end of the video that there are 1 or 2 things that you still have. And I'm going to give you reasoning as to why I think you probably should remove them out of the business. Now, I haven't put these in any particular order. I'm not going to tell you, oh, you need to wait till the end for the best one. None of that. It's just me going in any particular order. You make a decision as to what's important to you and what's not. So first one, only having a pay in full model. This is something, again, you must not have. Reason being is a lot of people I've seen in the space tend to only want clients that are willing to pay in full. And the reason why this can harm your business, and I'm not saying this is the be all and end all, right? You can scale to 100K per month, 200K per month with just the pay in full model. But the reason why you're leaving a lot of money on the table is because you're not allowing the people that prefer not to pay in full or can't pay in full to enter your program. Like I see people with 5K programs. And again, I'm not justifying the fact that you should settle for less and only let people in on payment plans now. Like if you can't get people to pay in full, you're probably just dead at sales, right? You just can't close properly. You should be able to get pay in fulls. But if there are people who genuinely want to pay in installments, you should still let them do so. I want to break down the maths for you. Let's say you've got a 5K offer, right? And on a consistent monthly basis, you close about 10 clients every single month. You're making a good 50K per month. Now let's say the only reason you were closing 10 clients consistently is because the rest of them wanted payment plans. And when I say the rest of them, we're just talking like 8 others that were potentially going to hop on. They wanted payment plans, you refused, and that's it, you moved on. Now let's say you actually accepted those people on payment plans. You're now going to make 50K per month, but also every single month, let's say your payment plans are split in 2. They're paying 2,500 over 2 months. Next month, you're going to make the normal 50K that you make from those 10 clients, but you've now got a 20K payment coming in from those 8 people that are on installment plans. And you've got that coming in this month, and you've got that coming in next month as well. Why? Because 2.5K times 8 people, 20K, right? You've got that coming in this month and next month. And then again, if you can do that every single month, it's just going to compound on itself, right? Next month, you're not going to only have 20K coming in, you're going to have 40K coming in. You're going to have 60K coming in, 80K coming in. And before you know it, you'll scale to 100K per month, right? But if you're only willing to take paid in fulls because you're not willing to delay gratification, it's going to have an impact on the amount of sales you can make. And you're not going to realize the opportunity cost unless you actually think the way I've just told you, right? Do the maths, break down the numbers. So that's the first one. Don't only have a pay in full model. I personally would allow people come in on payment plans. Now, it's not something that I'd say you have to offer from the get-go. Just present your price and then handle the objections. And if price is the real objection and they really can't come on board unless they pay on a payment plan, then you should go ahead and offer it. I would be lenient with the way you offer your payment plans as well. What I wouldn't do is allow payment plans to go longer than what your program length is. So for example, if your program length is 6 months, I wouldn't let someone hop on a 12-month payment plan. That to me wouldn't make sense. The maximum payment plan I would do in that case is 6 months. So if I'm setting a 6K offer, I would let someone come on at 1K per month. And again, you might think that's low, but you need to change your perspective when it comes to payment plans, because at the end of the day, if you can close 10 clients a month and paid in fulls, imagine how many clients you can close with payment plans. It's crazy. And the amount of MRR I built just off payment plans alone is significant, and I don't think I'd get to a point in my coaching business if I didn't do that. Number 2, having different packages, and I mean like different offers or different sort of pricing structures. So you got like a low ticket, a mid ticket, a high ticket, a super high ticket. Like you're just adding extra fluff to what it is you sell, right? You're just adding extra barrier to entries. I understand having an upsell. I understand having high ticket and then a super high ticket, like a mastermind, right? That makes sense, because once people finish your 6-month high ticket program, they need the next step, right? Which is your mastermind or maybe some sort of one-to-one offer. That makes sense. But I see people now have some sort of $49 per month low ticket group to then hopefully funnel in people to the high ticket offer. Just provide that value that you were going to give in that $49 per month group for free. Because what you don't understand is you're going to start getting buyer's resistance from potential prospects that you could have closed if you had a free community. And I'll break exactly what I mean down. Let's say you get people into a free community and you provide the exact value that you were going to provide in a $49 per month community. They're going to value it a lot more than if they had to pay $49 for it. Because now that they're paying $49, they now think, okay, I'm getting $49 worth of value here. And they're going to make a judgment on your high ticket based off of that value. So if you can't justify the $49 per month, you're not going to close many clients. But free value is always valuable. It doesn't even have to be the best value. The better the value, obviously, the more they'll value you. But that's the whole point. You open a free community. You present as much value as you possibly can that you are going to provide for $49. And now they think, whoa, the amount of value this guy's given at $0 is insane. And then they'll start to think, imagine what I can get in his actual paid program. And they haven't bought anything off you yet. So there's no resistance in wanting to purchase something from you. But if they purchased the $49 per month and it didn't really meet their standards, they're not going to want to pay you $5K for your high ticket program. So, don't feel the need to always have to charge for any bit of value. You will be valued a lot more if you were to provide insane free value. And that's exactly what YouTube is like, for example. I could charge for these videos. I could open a Patreon and charge $19 a month, $29 a month and just drop these videos every 2-3 days. But that doesn't help my cause. Because now, I'm going to have 20, 30, 50, or even 100 people in that Patreon paying me $19 a month. They might find some benefit from it. I might close 20% of them. But then if I was to post it on YouTube instead, where it's completely free for me to do so, I can get 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 views. Imagine the conversion rate on that. Imagine I was to close 20% of 10,000 people. That's 2K. Not saying that's realistic, but I'm just saying over time, eventually at least. But at least the volume is there. You're not going to have the same amount of volume you would have if you were charging $19 a month or $49 a month or whatever it is. Although, yes, because it's low ticket, you might have some sort of traffic coming in and people will be willing to pay it. It just doesn't go as far as free value would go, right? Look at Alex Hormozi, for example. Why has he never decided to charge $49 a month or $30 a month or whatever for all the free value he's ever given? All of those free courses he's ever given. Literally, the proof's in the pudding. The guy has millions of followers, millions of subscribers, and die-hard fans that would literally buy anything of him at any time if he was to release it. Yet he hasn't charged a single penny for anything yet. Now, number 3, limit on clients inside. I see a lot of people do this where they say, 100 members only or 200 members only or only 50 members and then we cap it or whatever it may be. It's just stupid. Now, I understand creating scarcity, urgency makes people want to purchase. But actually putting a limit on how many people you take on is just stupid. And it's not stupid in terms of making sales, right? You can actually make quite a few sales that way. But again, you're going to have a limit as to how many sales you make. But what's stupid about it is the fact that you're capping the amount of clients you can take on in hopes of getting the most clients in whatever it is you're using to generate leads in order to close, right? It's such a contradiction, hence why I call it stupid, because instead you can come up with a way to effectively close clients without needing to cap your members and be able to close more clients than you would have by creating this urgency, creating this scarcity and limiting yourself, right? Imagine limiting yourself to, 100 members in the community. And maybe it takes 2-3 months for a few members to leave or whatever it may be. Or let's say you take on 20 clients every single month. Once you take on 20, that's it. Instead, figure out a way on how to close 25 clients a month consistently without having to put a cap on it. Figure out a way on how to close 10 clients every month without having to put a cap on your 100 members, without needing to create that scarcity or that urgency for you to close deals. It just means you're bad at closing. So that's number 3. Number 4 is if you just do one-on-one coaching. There's a few reasons for this. I've spoken about this in previous videos as well. One of the main reasons as to why you shouldn't only do one-to-one coaching is your time, right? Your time is most valuable when it comes to anything. Your business, your life, your health, whatever it may be. You doing one-to-one coaching is at the expense of one of your most valuable assets, your time. With one-on-one coaching, you need to understand that there's going to be, and sort of it links with what I said in a previous point, there's going to be a limit on how many clients you can take on if you're doing one-to-one coaching, especially if you're the face of the brand, of the offer. They want to learn from you, right? That's the selling point. If that's the selling point, realistically, how many one-on-one clients can you take on where you're consistently hopping on a one-to-one call every single week or even bi-weekly? 40 calls a week, that's 40 clients. You're not going to be able to take on any more than that. Again, you're putting a cap on how many clients you can take on. The solution to this, and I've already said this in previous videos, is what I call 3 C's, because I actually used to suffer the same thing. I used to have one-on-one clients, right? I used to have it in my Amazon FBA coaching business, and I used to have several. I used to have up to 40 clients at one point. I had up to 40 clients at one point where I was literally serving them every single week, 1-hour calls each and every single week over 5 days, right? I didn't used to take calls on Saturdays and Sundays. I used to actually build a product. But imagine me taking 40 hours worth of calls calls Monday to Friday. It's bizarre that I didn't even realize that at that point, but thankfully I got to a point where I actually realized this isn't how I want to scale the business, especially if I'm the face of the offer. So you want to build what I call the 3Cs. It's where you have a course, coaching, and community. The course is where you put all that repeatable stuff. We all know when you hop on a one-to-one coaching call, you're just repeating the same thing to each and every single client. You're repeating the same learning material. You're saying the exact same thing to each and every single client. Of course, some bits and pieces might change because it might be more relevant to this person, but not as relevant to this person. But more or less, you're saying the same thing. Dump it all into a video course for them to be able to learn it at their own time and at their own speed as well. Because what will tend to happen as well when you're one-on-one coaching is a lot of the things that you mention on the call won't sink in as much as they want it to. Cool, you can record the call and they can watch over it again, but they're still gonna have questions. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna message you. What's this about? Or, oh, how do I do this? Or, when you said this, what did you mean by this? And so on and so forth. Whereas if you put it into a course, you can always add to that course. All these common questions that you're gonna get sent when someone watches a course video and they're like, oh, what did you mean by this? I didn't quite understand it. You can now make a video on that and add it to the course. Clients in future don't come asking you, oh, what did you mean by this? It's something that you create once and it's there forever for them to learn. It's like a limitless asset. It's like an investment at the end of the day. You're investing your time for never-ending return because you just invest into it once and it's there for them to keep, to use, or whatever it may be. Okay, that's course. Number 2 is community. As I said, you're still going to get clients coming to you and asking you questions, meaning it's going to take time out of your day. And you don't know when they're going to come and message you. They can come and message you at 5 p.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever time it may be. Solution to this, community. If you get your clients used to asking questions in the community, not only is it going to build up the quality of your program because you've actually got a community where everyone is sort of asking questions, helping each other. But that's going to be the best thing about it, them helping each other. It gives you the time to sort of step back and be less hands-on with all these queries and all these questions. Because if there's a question in a community that gets asked that's already been answered by you in the past, what's going to happen? One of your clients are going to answer it for you. You don't have to always be there and be present to answer these queries and these questions. Everything I'm telling you now is everything that I've done and I've experienced and everything that I had to learn the hard way. And that's why I'm here telling you it. So I'm not here to tell you what I think would work or anything like that. I'm telling you what works for me. And number 3 is coaching, but not one-on-one coaching. Instead, you're going to have group coaching sessions. Instead of doing 1-hour calls a week with each and every single client, you're going to do 1-hour calls a week with every client all at once. Because what you're going to get out of this is 2 things. Number 1, everyone can ask you their questions collectively and everyone can get answers of every question collectively. You can record the call and put it up on the course platform that you're using. I use School, by the way. And number 3, whatever it is that you wanted to teach that's up to date now, you can now teach rather than having to hop on a one-to-one call with each and every single client and say, oh, I've got a new strategy. Or, oh, we need to change this. Or, oh, we're going to do this. You can just literally show it to everyone all at once. And why the 3 C's instead of doing like just 1 C, like group coaching, or just 1 C, community, or just the course? Value, perceived value. If you try to sell a course at 5K, it will not sell, or at least it will be very difficult to sell if it's literally just a course, no one-to-one support, no group coaching calls, no community. It's going to be very difficult to sell. Same with community. If it's just a community, no learning resources, no coaching calls, no one's going to want to pay 5K for access. What is it? A membership club? Like, no one's going to pay 5K to hop in a community. And number 3, if you try to sell group coaching on its own, no one's going to want to buy that. Like, in order for me just to learn things, I need to rewatch all these recordings, hear all these questions people are asking just for me to learn the same thing over and over again. Whereas if you had a course separate from the questions, the course is where all the learning material is and they can go and learn there. The community is where they can ask support rather than just having to hop on a group coaching call. They have to wait another week just to ask another question and so on and so forth. It just doesn't make sense. So that's the 3 C's. Again, as I said, you can charge whatever you want when you've got the 3 C's. 5K, 10K, 15K. You can charge whatever you want to charge because you can justify the price. Number 5. 2 promises in 1. This is pretty straightforward if you know how to optimize an offer. If you don't know how to optimize an offer for it to be effective, you probably would have done this at some point, or you're probably doing this right now. Again, this is what I call detrimental to your business. You've got 2 promises within one offer that contradict themselves or don't really align. And the reason I'm saying this in this video is because I've actually got a client who did this today. He's actually trying to scale a peak performance coaching program. What he put in his offer was not only will he help like professionals, you know, business owners and so on and so forth, achieve higher productivity and peak performance in whatever they're working on, he will also help them lose 5 to 15 kg. How do those align? I'll tell you why he made this mistake. The reason why he made this mistake is because peak performance as a whole includes everything. It includes fitness, it includes diet, it includes sleep, it includes everything that evolves around health optimization in order for it to reflect on your work, for you to then perform a lot better. So automatically what he thought is, because it's fitness, oh, let's include weight loss. But why would a business owner that wants to increase their productivity and, achieve peak performance want to lose weight if, let's say, they're already fit? Or they've already got a six pack. They're already at their ideal weight. How do you know they don't want to maintain their ideal weight? How do you know they don't want to put on weight or put on muscle mass? So what I do in that case, stick to the main promise, which is, achieving peak performance and higher productivity levels. And then have the sort of weight loss aspect as an option catered to them. So something like, I will personalize your training program according to your goals. So whether you want to lose weight, whether you want to gain weight, whether you want to gain muscle, whether you want to tone up, wherever it may be, will cater it to that. That's how you do it, okay? That's the 5 things. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've got any questions, let me know. If you have any recommendations of what I could record as well, do let me know as well. And as I said, as always, I'm not here to sell you anything. In the description, there's no VSL, no email opt-in, no free webinar, just a Telegram community that I built completely free where over 1,000 people were not forced to join it. And if you want to join, just click there and I will let you in as soon as I can. That being said, I will see you in the next one. Take care.